welcome to another episode of Big Mood Digital. I'm so excited you're here today because today I'm doing something pretty cool. I'm breaking down the customer types for each type of paid advertising online. So that includes Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, and also Yelp ads, and the cost associated with each and why the cost is at a certain level. So we're going to go through all of them. A lot of people are asking me, Brittany, I want a Facebook ads class. I go to Facebook and I like start the ad, but then I'm like, oh, what is this? Like, what does this mean? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to waste money. Or they're putting money into their ads and they're like, okay, I'm not seeing these results that you were talking about. Like, people keep saying like Facebook is going to be just so awesome for me. And I'm just going to like see the money just roll right in. Let's start with the purpose. Facebook and Instagram ads, hear this loud and clear. First and foremost is for brand awareness. Now, there are some brands that their purchases live and die by Facebook and Instagram ads, and I applaud them. They're probably straight up e-commerce. They have awesome images. Images are very important with Facebook ads. But let me tell you one thing why I say brand awareness, and anybody who tells you differently is honestly trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And I'm not doing that. That's not what I do. I give you all of the knowledge that I have. So I say brand awareness because why do you ask yourself, why do you go on Facebook and Instagram and social media? Are you in the buyer's mindset? Typically, no. You're there to just kind of pass the time, to just scroll, see what's going on with some friends, some brands that you follow, things locally in town, whatever it is. You're just kind of like checking in on things or detoxing. You're not like, it's not like if you literally log on, like type in target.com, you're like, I'm looking for an item and I'm shopping. And like, you're like, no, you're not in that mindset, right? So it is a brand awareness play here. Do not discount brand awareness, because if people are not aware of you and you're not building trust with your brand, yeah, it's not gonna work so much. People want to know that you're credible. They want to be able to trust you. And so to do that, you have to use my 3 things. You have to be authentic. You have to show passion. And with both of those things, you have to be consistent. So, and part of that consistency is having ads on Facebook to increase brand awareness. It's in the middle of the purchasing journey. If you go on Google Analytics and then you look under conversions and multiple channel, or I think it's like multiple channel flows or whatever it is, multiple channel something, it's literally going to show these are the ways that people convert to your site. They go to Google Organic first, and then they see you on Facebook, and then they go direct, and then they convert. Or then they go to, or another path, Google Ads twice, they click on a Google ad, then they go organic, then they see you on Facebook, then they go back to Google Organic, and then they convert. Social is always a middle piece, so know that people are coming to social for brand awareness and not so much to shop. If they happen to make a purchase, and by installing a Facebook pixel, you'll know if they made a purchase. If they make a purchase, awesome. That is a byproduct. I would more see it as a byproduct than straight up conversions, because you will get tons of new eyeballs on your brand. That is so valuable. Please do not devalue this. Very important. And so because people are coming there and they're not thinking about purchasing, they're further down the purchasing path, okay? So if they're further down the purchasing path, they're not really like a qualified lead yet or customer, low cost per click. I'm talking under $1 all the time for the most part. Maybe a little bit over $1 if you're like hitting the feed of Instagram, or you're hitting like the main feed of Facebook, because there are a lot of different placements. I talk about this in my Facebook and Instagram ad class, like a boss, build a ad like a boss class. I go through all the settings. I go through how to set up your Facebook pixel. I go through the right channel to actually even start your ad, because surprise, there's 3 different ways you can start an ad on Facebook and Instagram, and there's only one way that gives you all the options, but it's the most hidden way. Isn't that stupid? So anyway, my class can cover that. But Facebook, brand awareness. Lower cost per click for you as an advertiser, because these people are way further down the purchasing path. They're just kind of in that brand awareness, hey, what's going on stage. Let's fast forward a little bit into the customer journey, and let's go to Google. Love Google. So Google, people have identified a need. They're literally typing in a box, people, what they want. They're screaming for you. Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you there? So, because someone has identified a need, they're further down the purchasing path. Now, they may be at two different areas of the purchasing path, and I'll talk about that. But because they're further down the purchasing path, they're more of a qualified customer. They're going to be a little bit more cost per click than Facebook over there. But these are valuable people that, they're almost like a warm lead. Like, they've identified you. So the two types of people on Google, they're going to search really general. So these are the people who just type in, like, running shoes. They're looking for running shoes. They know that they need running shoes. They're probably going to buy them at some point because they identified that they need running shoes. But they have not identified the type of running shoe, like the name of it. They have not identified maybe a size or a brand. And so they just have a really general, broad, Google will call it broad match keyword, running shoes they type in. That is actually a more expensive word because it's general, because it can apply to a lot of things, and there's a lot more competitors on that level, than if the person typed in like Nike Pegasus 36 running shoe size 9. That's me. If you want to buy me shoes, running shoes, I like the Nike Pegasus 36 size 9. 9.5. You pick. Sometimes they're different. I think I wear 9.5. Some shoes I wear 9. Some shoes I wear 9.5. Forget it. Anyway, so if I type that in, that means like I'm pretty much ready to click that buy button because I have identified so much that I want. I identified a brand. I identified a type of shoe. The name of the shoe. So Nike's the brand. The type of shoe. It's a running shoe. It's called Pegasus 36, and I know my size. Well, maybe I don't know my size, but I know that I know in running shoes I'm a 9.5. In all other shoes I'm a 9. So I've identified all these things, and that long tail keyword, ooh, that's the sweet spot. If you can figure out those long tail keywords that people are going to be typing in, and you can do that with search queries, and in my Google Ads class on bigmooddigital.com, I also go over that too, and I break down all the crazy Google terms. But if they've identified that, probably going to buy it. Now they're just shopping for price and maybe not price. Usually when I get my Nike shoes, I go right to Nike.com. Like that's where I want to go because I know that I can get free shipping and they're reliable. But that doesn't mean like maybe it's sold out on Nike. Now I got to start looking at, Dick's Sporting Goods. Now I got to start looking at like Hibbett Sports. Like I got to start looking at some other places. And I'm going to be a little bit more price conscious too. So you have to think about that. And that's where you're going to win on Google is identifying those longer tail keywords with your product details in them. It's going to be a lower cost per click, not necessarily lower than your Facebook or Instagram because they have identified a need. They are a more valuable customer because they've identified a need. And so Google, they've identified a need. Why don't you show up? A little bit more cost per click. The broader words are going to be more competitive and a little bit more expensive cost per click. And then those long tail keywords with lots of detail about the item are going to be actually lower cost per click because there's not as much competition on them. And that's where you're going to win. All right, let's talk about Yelp too. So Yelp is really great for like restaurants and service-based businesses. Basically, people have already identified a need. They're like, oh, I want to go to a restaurant. Where can I go for dinner that has Italian food in town? Or, I'm looking for a plumber, whatever it is. They found a service or, restaurant that they want, that like they found a type. And now it's time to validate. So they're further down the purchasing path too. They're almost maybe even further because they're just trying to see which one they should pick because all they really need are reviews. Reviews to validate that they're making the right choice. And everybody wants to feel like they're making the right choice. That's why I'm saying, be authentic, be passionate, be consistent, because that promotes trust and loyalty and credibility online. So we're at Yelp. I'm like, okay, Italian dinner spots, Oh, you know what? I really want like a good fettuccine Alfredo, but I don't know. Let me read the reviews. Oh, this place looks good. Let me click here. Oh, these reviews are looking nice. Oh, okay, wow. Oh, yeah, that fettuccine Alfredo, yes. And then I like click to make a reservation or click to go to their website to look at the rest of the menu to see like, will my husband like eating here too? Like, and so I saw all these great reviews on their fettuccine Alfredo, and now I'm going to the website. And so if you sign up for Yelp ads as an advertiser, you it is a higher cost per click than Google. At some points, it doesn't make sense relative to what you're paying on Google. But these people are, I would say, even a little bit further down the purchasing path because they're probably gonna pick a restaurant. They're probably gonna pick a plumber or service. So by them going to your website, it's like that last little piece, and then they're probably going to come to your business, or they're going to consider your business in the future to go to. Oh, we'll go to that restaurant next week. I want to go to this one today. So that counts as a conversion. They're way down the purchasing path. They're like right there. They're right there. And so that's why you're going to get a little bit higher cost per click on Yelp. Now, the reason I'm not going to go into the cost for each one is because it does vary by industry so greatly. And not even industry, by region so greatly. I will say, prices, even in the same state. So, like, prices in San Antonio, Texas, and prices in, or cost per click, not prices, in Austin, Texas, are totally different for the same exact thing. It could be cross town and a little bit different, the same exact thing. So, I'm not going to go into prices. I do talk about keyword planner for Google Ads in my Google Ads class on bigmooddigital.com. So go there, check it out. You guys, there's a piece of paid ad I feel like everybody should be a part of. It's something that you can test. There's no, don't feel like there's this perfect way to do it. You just need to understand the settings. That is really the biggest part, is understanding the settings and setting up your ad, being aware of the settings and what they mean. That's what I do in my classes. I break it down for you with my experience, my 12 plus years of experience in digital marketing, to show you, hey, this is what you should be looking out for. And I provide workbooks for all of my classes so that you can really deep dive and understand your customer and how you as a business should be filling out those settings. Now, I'm happy to work with you like one-on-one. We can figure it out and I'll give you a customized strategy, what I would do. But in my classes, I prompt you for those questions for you to think about it a little bit more. So that's a great starting point. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Also, please subscribe. Follow me at Big Mood Digital on Instagram, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.